Hello guys, this is Marcus again, bringing to you one more tutorial. This time we are learning how to create time picker in Figma, how to prototype that. Let's suppose that we are creating some application, some alarm application. So we have, for example, timer, stopwatch. Let me see which more. Yes, alarm, timer, stopwatch, and perhaps let me think about something here. Some time zones, like the time in some countries, okay? But here, let me explain that before. And we are going to learn how to create time picker, no more than that. So let's suppose that we are here in this page and the user wants to pick up some timer, like scrolling like this. And then let's scroll a little more. The user can scroll like this and like this. And then the user decides like, oh, I want to set some alarm to 6:35 p.m. So it's possible to do like this or like this. The user can swipe down, swipe up, whatever. And then we got this button over here where the user can hit. And then we'll see this alarm added successfully, this toast message, this notification. And also it's possible to see the number here. We are not going to do interactions for the switch or even these more options or even the alarm one, not at all. And none of these icons as well. We are not going to do that for this time. So I will press R again just to show you like the time picket needs to be 6:35 because yes, we need to, like for example, if we are doing some usability tests, we can give the task to the user in this case and then ask the user, for example, to set an alarm and the time needs to be 6:35 p.m. for example. So and then you give the user the prototype, the mobile phone with the prototype, and the user can try by himself or herself to set an alarm. The task will be to set the alarm for this time and then the user saves. Because this page, it's not intelligent, it's static, if you know what I mean. So if the user use some different kind of number, the user will see this information over here. Because this prototype is simple, but I believe that it can be really useful or even use it in some usability tests, if you know what I'm telling you. So let's jump in to the design file. Here we have 3 frames, and in each one I'm going to jump in to explain details. This first one is the frame where we have the components. So all this big thing, right? We are relating to this component over here. Just this one here, right? The hour. The second one here, it is related to the minutes. This one over here. And the last one, it's gonna be related to just AM and PM. It's gonna be related to the part of the day, like morning or afternoon / night. And the other components we are not going to do in details. They will be just static, because we are not going to have interactions on them. But this one here, that might be a text, a shape, whatever, taking us to this page where we have the feedback over here. You can't see, but we have a feedback here. Let me show you, pressing Shift and O to see the outlines. Then we can see the component over here. We don't have the component on this file, but we can create from scratch. Okay, so let's get started. Let me organize the page slightly different. I want to show the UI. Then I want to go to the design tab. I want to move this frame here and this frame here. So I have a lot of room to do what I want, what I need. Let me organize, tidy up, okay? Like this, to have even more space. And I want to start with this first one. So let's see the size of this frame. Let's copy from here, click here, press F, click, paste here, then come here. We are going to copy the other number, click here, paste, press enter. So we have the first frame. And now if you want, we can copy from here this quarter radius, place it here, and then configuring, we can use even the same name if we want. Oops, not this one, but this one. Let's copy it and paste here to speed up our process. Now we have this this action bar, let's call it this way, action bar. So we got a shape here, right? So let's press R and draw a shape like this. See, we can even have a bigger shape like this. It's not gonna appear because normally when we create frames, the frame by default will have this checked information, clip content, but the real size it's gonna be like this, okay? So I prefer to have shapes just the right size like this. I don't like to have shapes, forms, spaces that we are not going to use. Then select it here again and check clip content. Then let's have this size like 7 to 8 pixels grid. It's gonna be a good idea. Then let's call it, let me see, shape, small caps, no matter. Then I want to have some line like this, and I'm gonna call divider. This one can be background, I think it's better. Then when the developer is building up this screen, doing the code side, it's easier to understand how to create the component. So let's open it here, line, or you can press L. Then draw a line like this. Press and hold Shift to go like horizontal. Then click here, copy this size because I want to have a line with the same width. Just copy it here. Then click here to align and move a little to be like this. Then select it here. The color is gonna be some shade of gray, not too light, not too dark, something in between, just like this one here, okay? And then it's time to have these two buttons, cancel and save. So let's press this gray as well. If you want to diminish like a little lighter, it's gonna be okay. Then press T to text, click and type cancel. Press ask, open it here, more configurations, and then mark, select this option, uppercase. Then press Ctrl B to bold, then change it to 12. I think it's good enough. Select, press Ctrl A, actually Shift A, not Ctrl A. So now we got an auto layout. We can change its feel just to see what we are doing. It's easier to align things and so. Then we can press Ctrl T. So we got a new one. We can call, for example, button, and this one label. Button, this one label. And now we change the name here to save. Then let's click here. Let's go to layout grid, change, open it here, actually open it here, change grid to columns. I want to have margin 24, gutter, I like to use the same one, count, let's go with 2, and then it's gonna be easier to align things, okay? Close. Then we can move just like this, 24 top, 24 left, but down in the bottom here I want to use the same measure, so let's change some things. 24 over here too. We need to move this divider. We can enjoy this time to name it properly, divider, then move down. 24 is gonna be okay. We can increase its size, 24 too. So now it's just perfect, a little bigger, but still perfect. We can, for example, change to 16 top and 16 bottom. It's good too, because we are going to hide this color, and then we have a lot of room. I don't like, actually, to be honest, I don't like the way it is. I could, for example, see, I could, let me come back with the color. I want to mark this option here, auto layout. I could try something like this if I want, because I'm seeing the grid. And then you can select both, hide the color, maybe it's better, I'm not totally sure about it. Yes, I don't know yet, but let's go this way. We can change like this, like this. I don't like, I prefer this way. Let me hide the grid so we can see a little better. Maybe increasing the font size. Let me try 14. Maybe I will like a little more 14 here too. Yes, I think that now I will have this thing like this, because then you guys can use the way you want. So the first part is done. We can select, for example, we can group, we can call actions, for example, or even app name, navigation, whatever. You know, I taught you before, many tutorials ago, many material design components like here, Android navigation bar, app bar. This one is the app bar, but the app bar with some actions like this. So yeah, you know, the way of calling things properly. Cool. Now we need to have some text over here, right? I can copy from here. What I'm doing, I can click here twice, then click twice again, because you can see here we have auto layout, and then here the label. I can select here this way too. Press Ctrl C, click Alt, Ctrl V, move like this. Then we are going to click Alt, select the frame, show the grid, and then we are going to align in the grid like this. Ctrl B, because I don't want to have bold, 12. And let's open it here and change. I don't want to have nothing, just as type it, just like this. And now I'm gonna type exactly the same text. Friday, comma, April 11th, 2003, or 2023 if you prefer. The size, it's too small. I'm gonna increase a little, 14. Let me try some medium. And now I prefer like this. I can even increase, I taught you before the reason of doing that too, because we can have we are using for date here, but in other part of the application we can use for other matters, like for title, for more information, for a piece of text. So it's better to use all the space. Then let me see the measure here, 16. I want to have some mid gray. 16 is going to be okay here. Or if you prefer to have more room, more space, 24 is welcome too. Okay, Now we can click here twice, copy the divider, paste out of the group, and then we can move a little down, maybe the same distance, it's good. And now this line, I don't want to have the same size, I want to have this line to consider the margin 24. We can click on the frame, we can show the auto layout just to be sure. We select this part, we press and hold shift, we move like this, we press alt to see if that's right. It is. So we show and hide the way we need, just to see the white space. Okay, now we start doing this part over here. This tutorial is going to be a little longer, I think so, but it will be cool. Click twice here, twice again, copy, click out, paste, move like this. Now type 1, ask Ctrl B to bold, maybe even more like black, it's more than bold. I'm using Roboto. Size, it's gonna be 32, I use it 31, but I prefer 8 pixels grid. Too bold, I will come back to not black, not extra bold, but just bold. Even too bold, I'm gonna select some color like this, and maybe, I don't know, I didn't define the colors, brand colors, action colors, feedback colors. In the future we are going to do all of that together, don't worry. And then bold, to bold, semi bold, almost there, medium. I think medium is okay. So first we do the layout, and then we start doing the components. So let's have this one too. We can select and press Shift A to create an auto layout. Select this one, Ctrl D, and then Ctrl D again. We can select the frame, show the grid, but we are not going to use the grid in this case, because see, we move like this and like this, we lost some space, but we can fix it. Yes, now it's okay. See, we centralize it. That was like this, and we centralize it like this. Cool. Now let's type here 00, and here A. And in some countries they use small, in some countries they use all characters like small caps and upper. I want to go this way. This one here, 32, is too much. I'm gonna decrease a little, like 20 or something like this can be cool. Too much space, right? So let me try to have some padding, and I want to see if the padding will work. Yes, it does. 18, 16, I don't know. Padding margin. Oh, maybe I know the reason. It's fixed. Maybe hug content. Yes, hug content, not fixed. Let me see inside. 32 not working. That has to be hug. There is no way. So we, oh, I see. It's necessary to have one more auto layout, so I'm going to select all of those elements. Or maybe, let me try another thing. Open it here, package, we're going to change to space between. I don't know, maybe that works, maybe not. Yes, so space between. So we have this control. I think it's fair enough. So let's measure 48, 32, maybe 32, not sure yet. Then we can move things around. 32 here too. Let's copy these parts. let's have 32 here too. Let me see the number I used here, 16, 24 maybe. Then we can change all the things. Okay, 24 here, 24 here, cool. And now let's type repeat. Then I'm gonna replicate, and now I will press M. We are going to press ask, click here, auto width, perfect. Now we duplicate Monday, Tuesday, select both of them, Shift A for auto layout. We can name like days. This one here we can call type, divider, it's okay, yes, it's organized. Here we can call label, it's okay, label here too, or title or label, you decide. So let's select this one inside. We have 7 days, right, in the week, counting the weekend. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ask, select just like here, move a little. See the beauty of the grid. Then we go to the middle, or here, whatever, because we are not increasing the size like this. So, but in this middle here, I think it's better, because if we are going to scale in the future, it's gonna be automatically, or the way that I like to say, automagic. And now space between, and we have the control over here, like can go this way if we want or need. Okay, Tuesday, let's go with Wednesday, then Thursday, then Friday, then Saturday, and then Sunday. In some countries they start counting the week on Sunday, in some countries on Monday. In my case here in Brazil, on Monday. This is the Brazilian way of doing that, of starting the week in some work day, not on some rest day. Okay, so we got this 24, and then let's continue. Alarm name, we need one more line. Let's measure 24. Alarm name. Even we are not going to use the alarm name, but we are not going to do the interaction, but it's important to make the interface complete. Alarm name. Then we can duplicate, and now it's time to have some contrast, right? The distance here, it has to be a little less. And then we don't have contrast because we need to have this balance between title and between text. And even we can rename, like I told you before a couple of minutes ago, we can go with title here. Title or subtitle, you decide the better way to calling that. Title, and this one here, it's gonna be text or information. So let's see if we have some difference, like 2 points of difference. So I can increase it, rather than 14, I can have 16 over here, right? And we already have some contrast more. I can select this one. I didn't decide yet the brand color, but let's suppose, let me hide the grid, and let's suppose that the action color, because it's an action color, this one and this one action too. But we can change, like let's suppose we are doing some application where the action color is going to be green or purple or blue, orange, whatever, some shade of blue like this. Let's try use it here too. I don't know if that's going to be cool, a good color, but we can pick up the color from here. not at all. I can copy from here and then apply just here. And we can see, yes, that works. Let's see here too, if that works. Yeah, not so bad. That would be needed to check the contrast and things like this, but for now I am satisfied with this and we can proceed. Maybe I will select all the elements just like this, and this gray here, I believe it's gonna be the text. We can open it here and increase a little to have the text a little darker. And the lines, they are still lighter, so it's better. I want to increase even more. Now I believe that I prefer something like this. Alarm name, this one here 14, maybe 12. Too small. Yes, this is cool. I'm gonna type none here because we won't set anything like this. Now we are going to duplicate this line. Here I want to use maybe 16, I'm not sure about this, or 24. Maybe too much space, I'm not sure yet. We are going to select these two elements, Shift A for auto layout. Let's name as something like information, text, title, input, not always input, but yes, information. Yes, I can understand information. Now I have this and this. I can select all of them, Shift A again. I'm gonna call table item. Table item. Opening the table item, we have two elements. We have information and we have divider, so it's organized. Because now we can just duplicate like this, select both of them, Shift A, and then we change to 24. Select this one, do that again, do that again. So we have a lot of things to use here. This one is gonna be the nose one, none as well, tune and volume, none, vibration, none tune. Cool. They are like lighter because they are disabled, so let's have the same one. Like I told you before, we are not going to do components of this part. In the future, I'm prepared. This tutorial is some preview of something that I'm going to do in the future for you guys, but not now. And then let's do this component over here. I will copy from here this switch. See, we can switch like this. But like I told you, I won't show you right now. I just want to break this component, so detach from instance. Just to show you, we have button, toggle, and background, two elements. The background, it's gonna be 48 by 24, so draw some rectangle, then type here 48 by 24. Then the border radius, let's see, 64. Then we're going to call it background, of course. And this one here, we can do a circle, right? Press O for oval, draw like this. 25 by 24, not right. I'm gonna type 24 by 24. The color, it's gonna be white. I will place just like this. I will zoom in to see a little better. I'm gonna apply some effect, some shadow. See, it's cool, the standard shadow, but I want to increase it here like 32, maybe 40. the spread, the blur, the Y, X. I want to go like 0, and then 40, maybe 48. So it's possible to see a little better. This one, that might be toggle button, whatever. Toggle just like this. Then I told you that we weren't going to do that, so I will just select both of them and I will group. I will call switch. Then I want to duplicate like this, click twice. I'm going to move this toggle like this. I will click in the background and I will see the color I use it here. I can zoom in like this. I can open it here and pick up the color from here. Then when I go back there, I can see that I have the two of them, right? Switch one, switch two. I'm not going to make a component right now, so I don't need to name properly or differently. So I just have the layout of them. Now it's time to place inside. So we have this section here, right? This information. I'm gonna cut from here, right? Click twice. So I got the information. I will paste it here, information. But see what happened? Not so good. So I click twice. Oops. I go to information and I try to change the direction. Not good. So I press Ctrl Z. Then let's see what's possible to do. I will cut from here. I will select the table item and I will paste. I will zoom in, then I will move a little up like this. Now I select this one and this one. Shift A, one more auto layout, and then I change direction like this. Then I decide to go fill container. I don't know if fill container is a good one, but have to move like this, see? And click twice here, twice again. And where is my thing? I can't see anymore this switch. Let's open it here. We got table item, right? More information. The thing isn't there. I don't know what I did. I will press Ctrl Z a couple of times. I did something wrong. So let me correct it. Change it. That's still there. It's here. Switch. Yeah, I'm sorry. I found it. So hug, fill container. No, hug. Fixed. Let's try a lot of things. Inside we have hug. I will change to fill container. Then I click twice and I move. Fill. This one hug, fill container too. Now we started seeing better things. Now we can just move like this. Cool. Did you get that? So we have this information like this. Some people they use just like this, but some people they change to use like this. Oops, not here. Click twice again, and now we can go and align by the middle. And this is cool too. All right. I don't know if I'm going too fast, but I don't think so, because you are clever guys. I'm teaching you a lot of things over time, and then it's time just to go this way. So now we have like, let's see how we can call it. Maybe temporary, but text plus button, something like this, just to see what we are doing, and then it's okay. Table item. This one is a cool one. Then it's better to duplicate like this. You can copy the text from here to speed up our process. Okay. Delete from here. And vibration tool, I can copy from here. This is the beauty of using auto layout. We have a lot of flexibility. And then see, it's not so good yet. We need to change to few container here too. Yes, this is one of the reasons that I normally like to do components and paint, choose colors, so I can see exactly what I'm doing. I showed you before, I'm quite sure about this a couple of times in several tutorials, and this time we didn't do that, but I recommend you, really. So this is beautiful, we got this, right? But now we need to do one more thing, like I told you. Click here twice, then click, press and hold shift, and then select the three of them, and then we can diminish the pass through over here, like going to something like 32, because the in this case the other information, they will appear after I set some name to the alarm, for example, something like this, but the information is still here. Okay, so this page is okay, right? But we have these gray things. We are going to have them properly when we will create the component, right? Like I told you before. So let's go this way. This page is okay. Now let's create the second one. Let's copy this frame, press Ctrl D to duplicate. Oops. And then select the frame and move a little down. Let's design. We have a lot of things to do. This tutorial is going to be a little longer than the usual, but it's gonna be cool. Okay, so we have some different things over here. And then first thing, we need to delete this part. And now I'm calling this alarm file the concept I'm creating for you guys, but like I told you before, we're going to use it to learn the entire process of doing applications from scratch, from the business model canvas to the coded, not the coded, but the useful working prototype. Okay, I want to have this engine, something like this. What I can do, it is to go to plugins and find more. I type icons. I have two plugins for icons installed. I have one icon find. I don't remember what I have installed over here. So feather icons. Let's run it. It's gonna be enough. Then let's type configuration. Let's try settings. Yes, something like this. Okay, or this one or this one. But I prefer to have someone field and not stroke. So I'm gonna close this window. I'm gonna go to plugins again and find more plugins. Let's type again icons, maybe icon file. I like this one. Let's run the icon file because it's a little more polluted, but we have a lot of possibilities. So type here settings, search icons. So see, we can we have a lot of options. This reason is why I like this one. So we just drag and drop like this, close the window, Ctrl G. I like to go with Ctrl G, but we don't need to. I will undo just to show you we don't need to. The problem is it's a frame, so I can apply even colors here. If I move the frame, sometimes I move what I have inside of the frame. You know, this problem happens. See, I click in the engine and I lost. But I need to move the entire thing. And then once that I get into the frame, I can move whatever way I want. Settings, I like to rename things. The size is pretty okay. I want to choose the brand color. So I pick up the color from here. Then I will show my grid. just to align things better, like this. 24 2, just like this. It's well aligned. 24 24, 24 24, just awesome. Now we are going to delete this information. Actually, we can use part of this, so I will copy this one. The color is gonna be 100% pass through. Can delete this part here, this part here too, then bring it back, align. Now what we can have here, like this one here, we are going to diminish its size, Ctrl B to remove the bold or medium, whatever, and then we are going to remove the year to save space. Ask auto width, select this one. We can let's see the better way to do it. We can, for example, press Ctrl Shift G to ungroup, do that again, and do that again. So we don't have auto layout anymore, but we have the freedom to do exactly what we want. So move things like this. This one we are going to delete, and then to move the same place. 32, I think it's okay, if I am not wrong. Align by the middle together. And then here I'm gonna delete this part. This is news I can transform into time. 635, auto width, size, let's see. I use it 28, we can use the same one. Then we can select all of them and align like this. 24, cool, the same size we use it there. Let's duplicate, move, type PM, reduce its size, like there is no right number, something like this, maybe not bold, maybe smaller, 14 maybe. The distance, let's try 4. Yeah, select all of them, centralize like this. This one here I can move a little like this. Yeah, select these two, Shift A for auto layout. Time, this one I don't need. I will select like this, Shift A. In the software we will do the magic, so we have all the elements right with this auto layout. So I can call information. We have the divider. Let me measure the distance. It's okay. Shift A, table item again. If I was creating components, I could like type table item slash blah blah blah, and the other one slash blah blah blah. So they could be variants or some instance, some state of the component, let's say this way. So now we can delete this part here, move this thing a little up. Let me measure like 24, I think it's okay, or maybe 32, because we have two buttons, they are too closer, so we need to consider those things too. Then let's have a button, add alarm. Ctrl B, Shift A, color, it's going to be the brand color, just like this, and the black will be white. Then we move like this. We are using auto layout, and we are using I'm getting older. Grid. So we can centralize just like this. Border radius something like 32. It's okay. We can increase its size a little We can go like here 16. Fair enough, because people who have a fat thumb, a large thumb, will not have problem to use it. So here it's possible to add one more alarm just like this, just like we are doing here. So we are not doing this interaction, but we are designing this information. So let's have this navigation bar. Press R and draw something like this. And then click twice, click and drag like this, type 16, just to have this part round, but not the entire thing, okay? The color, it's not the brand color, we need to use a different kind of color, right? Because we have two main colors so far. So let's click here just to see what we are doing, okay? Then we can think about maybe some dark gray, or I don't know, let me go darker. We can move around. Let's try to find another color that can have some kind of harmony. Maybe yes, maybe not. Maybe some orange, not sure. Yes, orange works fine, just fine. Yes, here, see, I'm using different colors. I'm using this purple color is the same one here. So I could, for example, make it a little darker and use the same color here. I don't know, just try. Maybe, yes, not so bad, I should say. I would say actually. So now let's fill all this information. So we used some plugin for icon. So let's go there again. Let's open plugins. We have this last one, Iconify. So let's type alarm. We don't need to use exactly the same color, right? Oh, I'm sorry, the same icon that I'm using, but you can find someone that can work for you. Bell, yes, bell is a good one. So I'm dragging like this. So we got the bell. Then let's type clock. So we got the clock, but I want to use something like this maybe. Whoops, but see, we have these kind of problems we need to fix. Let's type here 32. Maybe 32 is okay. I can even, let me see this one here, it's 24. So let's type here 24 too. I can even already apply some auto layout just to have this look and feel. Maybe increasing a little the size of them, like 32. Oops, not 232, 32 only. And this one 32, true. Yeah, and I can see what I'm doing. Now some stopwatch. We can type it here. Stopwatch. Yeah, something like this can work. Increase. It's important to constrain right over here to change, use this feature 32. Now we are not seeing, but we have some auto layout here. We can call, for example, icons. Then we can name the icons properly. I'm not doing that, so just move into and boom. Like this one, for example, we can go like bell. Second one, I don't know, clock. Yeah, other one, stopwatch. If you prefer, see, in this case I used this field icon because this element is selected. But when I click here or tap here or hit here, it will be filled. So this interaction to demonstrate what section is selected. Okay, cool. Let's see, the next one's going to be timer. Whoops, what did I do? Let's go to the main one, general, and class watch, I think. Watch. Class. Here, class. Icon moon hourglass. Yeah. Let's see something like this, I think so. Chain 32, move into, close this window, show the grid, move down. Let's try to align by the grid here and here. Centralize, change packet to space between. Yes, we have something really similar. The color we are going to change. Just select once. We don't need to select each one and change to white. So now we can hide the grid again. And it's important to have name. Many people, they think like, oh, I don't want to have name in my icons, but let's type them. First one, alarm. I'm gonna change slightly, like this way. And let's move into. Wrong, so select both of them. This one and the label, Shift A, move like this, reduce to 0. Oh, Marcus, but they are in different order. So first, click here to centralize, then click twice here and on the text and hit down arrow. Boom, just right. And we can call, I don't know, icon 1 or just icon, yeah, whatever. Then we have this world clock. Duplicate, cut, click here, paste, both of them. Not going to work. Ctrl Z, Z. Yes, click and paste out like this. Out. Type world clock. Then move into. Now it's okay. Select both. Shift A. Call icon. Then centralize. Change direction. Change to click twice. Oops. Was there already. Change to 0. Invert the order. But this one here, I don't want to have bold. So Ctrl B, because it's not selected. See the difference? And the color, I can change from white to, I can pick up the color from here and then I go like increasing like this. Okay, or even I can change the pass through here, like diminishing. It's good too. Can go 32 for example. Both of them work. And then let's have more text. Copy from here, click out, paste, move, stopwatch, ask, move into, both of them selected, Shift A, icon, change direction, 0, centralize, 32, pass through, copy, click out, paste, move, timer, move in both of them, Shift A, centralize, change direction, name 0, change the order, pass through 32. Now I want to measure like 24, 24, and then let me move like this. Let me see the type of measure that I can have here. 17 by 17. Sometimes that happens, but I don't want this way. I want at least to have 16 here. 8 pixels grid. And here, why not 16 too? Let me change, click here. And then we can increase, decrease. But yeah, it isn't affected this way. At least not in this case, but we can manage it. 16 by 16, 24 by 24, 8 pixels grid. So we got this bottom navigation. Now we don't need this part anymore. We have all, I don't think that I like this color. Let's try some other color. Yes, we can play around. Maybe some shade of the same color. Purple. I like it. Cool. But you have the freedom to do exactly what you want, guys. I'm going this way, you can go differently. So black is not welcome here, this color, because we are using purple and green. Okay, fair enough. Now we have all the elements that we need. Cool, it's time to do the components. So let's have some pages like this, name it components. I know that this tutorial is taking a little longer, but it is what it is. There is no way of explaining certain things in other ways. At least I don't like to work this way. I prefer to have a deeper, longer, but well explained thing rather than having a whatever thing. Okay, just a larger frame like this. Now, it's the hardest part, I would say. Components. Okay. Components. So what we have to do, it's not so difficult, but we need to have some attention. See, I copied that number from there and I'm going to paste it here. Okay. Then what we need to have, I'm going to copy some instance from here. And then I will click twice. I will break actually, detach from instance. And now inside we have a mask. Inside of this mask we have a lot of numbers, you see? So we need to have a lot of things here. So first of all, we need to have numbers from 1 to 12, okay? So just let's do it. 1, 2, select both of them, Shift A. Here I'm gonna call scroll. So we got 2. I want to have a little more space, like 24, I think so. 2, 3, 4. I press Ctrl D, right? D for duplicate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fair enough. So this first part is okay. Now I have to type the right numbers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have from 1 to 12 a.m. from 1 to 12 p.m. If you prefer, you can type like from 1 to 24. You decide. To 23 actually, because 24 doesn't exist. 24 is already a new day. Great, so we have this first part, right? Then We need to centralize like this, and press and hold Ctrl, select all of them and centralize here too. So the first part is okay. Then we need to have some mask. The size, it's gonna be 166. So I will do some mask like 166. I can go 32. Let me see. Yes, here it's 37. I can go so 40 or even more. I can go like 48. That is no problem. So this one is going to be the mask. So I will move it like this. I will press Ctrl X, Ctrl V to paste on top. Then I zoom in, select this part, press and hold Shift, select this part, and apply mask, use mask. And as you can see, what we will do, like I showed you before here, we have this mask. So when we move things like this, we don't see the numbers above or below because we have a mask. Okay, so this mask is going to work like this, like I told you. See, we will scroll like this and scroll like this too. Yes, the mask will start like this. 1, just like this. See, 1. So it's important to select all the labels. We can come here to this layer panel, click on the first one, press and hold Shift and click here. So we selected all of them. Then I want to have some gray color. That might be some color we used before. It will be kind here, or we can create a new one. We are not yet using color system. So, and here it's important to have the brand color, so we can go down and pick up the brand color from here, but not for the number 2, for the number 1. So I open it here, go to try to pick up the color, and I select it here. Then I come back there and I have this first part selected. I click twice and I move a little down like this. Don't worry, we have time to adjust all the things. Now what we have to do, we have to duplicate it. Okay, so press Ctrl. Actually we can create a component already, but we need to have more elements. We need to have these interaction parts, because the user will click here, it will spin to one direction, the user clicks here or swipes here, it will change the direction. So it's important to have these two parts. I will press Shift O to see what I'm doing, so I can see all the little details. I will draw some shape like this. I can call interaction. The color is gonna be some type of blue to remind some kind of icon. I can press and hold Shift O again just to see what I am doing. I can apply some transparency, some opacity like this. Click out, Shift O again, and move things like this. We can zoom in and enjoy all the space. So we got this interaction part just like this. Then we press Ctrl D to duplicate and move down. because not all the elements will have this interaction part. Then we can click here to select and move down and see the number 1. It has to be kind of in the middle between this part and this part. So we can not click on the number, but click here, scroll, okay? Then we can move a little down like this. Click Alt, Shift O. This is the logic, right? Then we will create the components, click in here. Then we come here and we add properties, variant. Click in this plus sign. So we got a new, but we have a problem here. Control Z, 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 Z. Because this part, it's not a component. I need to select all the elements. And now I will duplicate, Control D, paste it here. Yes, now it seems better. Click twice again, and then move a little up. Where is that? I can't. Click twice again. I'm not moving. Oh, I see the reason. Just detach. It's not a component anymore. Now I can click twice again, and we can move things like this, kind of in the middle, okay? And now I have to change this color, has to be the brand color. Press I, click here, select this one is behind. What I can do is I click twice here, twice again. It's gonna be the label 1, just like this. So I can, for example, we are not using color systems at all, but we can have some little swatch. Press R. Can have some little rectangle here and some little rectangle here. Now I am going to apply this color here, just for a matter of reference, so I don't need to all the time, to try to discover the right color. And the gray one, you can click here. I go like label 2, 3. I have the color here. Copy, paste here. Now I know what I have to do without having any problem. So this one's going to be this gray. So I just open it here, go and pick up the color from here. These adjustments, so we need to go all the way along this way, okay? Next one, we just duplicate like this. Click here twice. I pick up the color from here. Select the scroll part, move a little up like this. Then select this main number, press I, pick up the color from here. So all the way along, I'm going to pause the video to speed up the time. So you learned what to do. I'm going to do from 1 to 10, or as our prototype, like I told you before, we are going to prototype a thing that goes like the user needs to set this exactly time. We don't need to prototype all the numbers, okay? So I'm gonna pause and then I will be back in a few minutes. You won't realize what I did, that I was absent. Okay guys, like I told you before, I did this first part, okay? And then more than 8, I don't think it's gonna be necessary for this time. Now this first one, it is already a component, I think so. Yes, component 1. I'm gonna call, I don't know, just 1. This one's gonna be, no, all of them are interaction, so I believe that we can go this way. Interaction, small caps, yeah. Now we can select. Let me try this way first. Oh, I have to make a component with this one. Okay, select this one, component, this one, component, or we can select all of them, but be careful. Open it here, this little chevron, and create multiple components. So we got multiple components. Now we select all of them and we combine as variants. And then we got some conflicts over here, okay? But don't worry, select the first one. Now we call it one. Property, let's call numbers, for example. Second one, the name will be 2, and so on, so forth. 3, 4, 5. Oops, I'm doing wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm selecting the mask. I'm sorry about this. We need to select the middle, the number properly. Okay. So 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see if we have some conflict now. Let's see. Interaction. Oh, the interaction. Interaction, it has the same name. But here it's separate. I don't know the reason it's separate over here. It's a big problem. It's separate for some reason. So what I consider being a good thing, this one is cool, this one is cool, cool, all cool here. What we can do, but here it's okay. Here too, but here it didn't. Oh, maybe because I convert. I'm gonna undo what I did. Maybe because those that I converted together, they are not right. So let me step back and solve this problem. See, I was doing one by one, they were okay, but this one here, it's different. See, it's different. So I will try one by one here too. Okay, so select here, create a component. Something really strange is happening there. I don't know. Oh, maybe I know. Yeah, I have to break it. That can't be a component here, okay? Because here I think that wasn't a component, just a shape. Let me see if I can. I need to see, it's a little complicated to explain, I think. So I will duplicate it here. Now we have this component in this instance. I'm gonna delete the component. Same thing here, duplicate, delete the main one, and just keep a copy. And now I want to try it. Let's make the component. Still working, not properly. I'm going to delete this one. Yeah, I will go this way. I thought one thing, but didn't work yet. When I was creating this tutorial, those things didn't happen, so I don't know the reason. It's getting crazy, but I think this way, this crazy way, it will work. I just want to delete it here. I will just keep the original because I'm creating new things that I didn't plan. Because, like I told you, I think I should break it, like duplicate it, and deleting the main ones, just having instances, and even I could detach. And now if I create, see, the problem still happens. Yeah, let's see. I think it's crazy. Now we combine this variant, and let's see if we have some conflict. See, now we don't have that message, that conflict. Now we name like numbers. We go one by one and name it properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like the kindergarten learning to count. 7, 8. Now it's time to test. We need to test it. Okay, so I'm going to create a new frame just for testing, and then I will click twice here. I will copy this instance and I will paste it here. I will centralize and I will select the frame. I will type here test. Now I want to run this test, so I press here present. Now see, nothing happens yet because we didn't do the interactions. Okay, just a prank. What we have to do here, we need to go to prototype. Okay, see here, we have a lot of interactions. We need to do that. The interactions, they are basically on drag going to the next one, smart animate. Okay, just on drag and smart animate. This one here, click twice, and you need to select this interaction, this blue part. It's really important, the blue part. This blue part we connect here on drag, not moving but smart animate. Okay, then this one here we come back on drag, smart animate, and we can already test that. Let's come back to this test frame and play. See, whoops, not working yet. We will figure out the reason. Let me change it to 360. Yeah, exactly, because we are in the number 7. We didn't prototype yet. We prototype it, see, just the 1 and the 2. So for this reason, we can select it here, go to designing, change the instance 1. See here, 1 and 2, it's wrong here, right? Because we can select the component and go to the main component. Here we have settings, configuration, not here exactly, but we select this dotted shape. Then here we move the mouse over here, we have settings. So this number 1, see, we have these 3 lines here. This icon indicates we can move things up and down. Now it's organized. Okay, now we come back here and we change 1 or 2. See, we change, things change because it's a component. And now, as you can see, we move things up and down. This is the logic of this interaction. But you can say, Marcus, but I don't want to have these blue shapes. Okay, I don't want to. So we select here when the time arrives and we decrease the opacity to 0. Okay, and now we have the interactions but without the colors. Okay, and this thing works this way, just perfect. So come back here, Ctrl Z to show what we are doing. So let's keep prototyping. So all we can press and hold Ctrl, select this frame, connect. Just this, change to on drag. Next one, pressing and holding Ctrl. next one, all the way. We can go all the way without stopping, all the way. Oops, this one is wrong because it's not tap, it's important. It has to be on drag. And this one here on drag. Then from 9 to 10 we didn't prototype yet, but if you want you can create even more until 12. But in my case it's fair enough, it's okay to test. So now the way back, the top connects here on drag. Same logic. Smart animate, really important. Just changing to on tap, on tap, on tap, on tap. On drag, not on tap. On drag, my man, on drag. Let me just see if I'm doing right. Here too, on drag. Last one, on drag. It's okay, I did that before. So now we have all the interactions we need to have. So here I move up and here I move down, up and down, up and down, all the way until 7, because we are going to prototype. This one is going to be 6, okay? And now the same logic applies to the other ones, okay? Same exactly logic. So I won't spend a lot of time doing that in details with you because we just did here. It's exactly the same. I will pause the video and then I will come back when I finish all the things, okay? Okay, I just came back. I finished this part, but I didn't do any component yet because I wanted to do that with you guys. So here, as you can see, we have just some group. We don't have any kind of component. None of those elements, they are component, and it's important to mention, really important. Let me just unlock here and unlock it here too, as well as unlock this part and this part, because sometimes I lock the layer that is over, so it's gonna be easier to select what is behind, and then I don't need to do anything more. I just lock it here and I can select like this AM over here. Then I need to come back and unlock what I need. Okay, now let's do that together. So like we did here on top, we just select transforming components. We can even press the shortcut Ctrl plus Alt plus K. So let's do it. Ctrl Alt K. And then we can do all of them. We could even do the way I showed you before many tutorials ago, like create multiple components. Normally that works, but I don't know what it didn't before, but it's totally okay. Multiple components, that works, but that time didn't work. Whatever. Now we need to combine as a variant. This one here we called component 8, but the right name, that should be something like time, hour maybe. This one minutes. Let's we have components here, combine as variants, and then let's name something like AM, PM. Okay, now we are all set. We just need to organize things. So let's type here minutes, and here something like AM, PM. Then let's name things inside. So select the first one. We can use the same structure like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In here 1 and 2, 1, 2, not 10, 11. We could go like 1, 2. Now it's time to do the interaction. So we need to jump to the prototype tab. Then, like we did here, we need to click twice, or we can press and hold Ctrl, click here, then connect here, on drag, exactly the same logic, okay? On drag, Smart Animate, and to come back, same logic, on drag, actually on tap, not actually on drag, that's right, on drag. Smart Animate. I'm gonna pause again to speed up. I will be back. Okay folks, just finished it all the way. So I did all the way to go and all the way to come back, and here too. So now we have all that we need to proceed to drag and drop things into our design. So here we have this stats section, but here I don't need these colors anymore. What I'm going to do is select the page components so I can see all the colors inside. I have this color here, which is 30% opacity. I'm gonna go with 0% opacity. You can see here in test it changed as well. So cool. I will place it here. It's important to test. Then I'm going to drag some part here. So I click twice, press and hold Alt, click and drag and drop like this. This one here too, the first one, same logic. Now I select both. I select the three of them, Shift A, by the middle like this. And so I would like to have some text like this. So this column, it makes a lot of sense, right? Let me cut. I select it here, I paste, and I go and hit left arrow. So I have something like this. I can select and readjust like this. So let's test. We select, our test is open here. See, it's automatic, so we can move like this. The colors are changing. We can go, we can come back and change it here, as easy as that. Here I did some wrong interaction. Let me see. Let me go to prototype tab, and here the way to come back, it's tap. I have to change to drag, and then I come back here. See, now I drag down and drag up, drag down, drag up, swipe actually. Okay, cool. So we have all that we need. So we just need to go into place these new elements. We can call it, let's see, it's a frame. We can name it our test over here. We can name it like time maybe. Then we just need to copy to move all the way down, and we change it here. Let's open a little of space because it's a little bigger than the first one. Doesn't bother me. I don't know if that bothers you. I want to place, let me come back to design tab. I want to place it exactly here. I can even press, I can apply some color just to see what I'm doing. It's easier to organize like this. I go really closer, like 0 here. Then I can hide the color and I can see this divider here. I can press Ctrl Shift L to lock this layer. Then I can select here and I move a little down, right click here on this number or this one, ask Ctrl Shift L to unlock. I can lock and unlock I will show the color here again so I can see the distance, and I can hit up arrow until I go that closer. So we can have things like this. Let's see, 20, I prefer 24 to be consistent. Consistency is important, like here 26, 24. So now we got this first part all done, right? This one is okay too. Now I believe that we can, let me copy this name from here and paste it here. Configuring and configured. I can place them together because they are going to be a prototype. So it's better to organize now again, because I just organized it that way because I was going to use as a reference, but now I don't need anymore, right? I can just organize like this. This test, it's important too. Let me copy here. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now let me see what more I need to do. We need to connect it here to here, right? So the time here, let's change. Why not? I want to set something like 5:20 p.m. So prototype again. See, device, normally I go none, but in this case I want to use some device, so I'm gonna go with some device that has the same width. This width is 360. I want to go exactly the same, so I'm gonna let's see, select here, prototype, show prototype settings, device none. Let's try to find someone that will fit well. This one here, Android large, because when we come here we can see the prototype, right? Now let me move a little like this. The test one, it's not part of the prototype, so I can place it here just for a matter of sandbox or a playground. Some people they call like this. Okay, I will click here twice and I will connect this button here, right? And cancel, we are not going to use this flow one. I'm going to name time picker. Let's play the time picker round now. So let's test. Let me remember 5:20 p.m. Okay, let's go to 5:20 p.m. Whoops, I did something wrong. I can go there and adjust again. 5:20 p.m. Okay, all set, all done. Click on save. So 5 p.m. But now we could have some toast message. I told you that before, but maybe it's gonna be a matter for another tutorial, because I really believe that we are done here. Let me press R again. Let's test again. Whoops, like this, and then we go to 5, and then we go like 5:20 p.m. and save. Okay, just done. So next tutorial I will do the notification, the toast notification. I don't know if I did that before, if I showed you in some tutorial. I don't think so, but it's gonna be fun because this tutorial is too longer, and then I don't want to be longer anymore. I'm going to end it up right now, right here, and I want to finish thanking you guys because it's really cool when you support my tutorials. I hope to see in the next one. To see you in the next one. I'm a little tired. I'm speaking some wrong words. So thank you for have watched. See you in the next one. Stay safe. Take care. Bye bye.